Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. And before you tell me it's just Super Saiyan Blue, it's on the package. Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Plus Super Saiyan Blue sounds funny, even though the other one sounds even worse. I'm gonna go with the one on the package. So this is the Vegeta with the blue hair. And a lot of people are complaining about the blue hair, but I'm gonna tell you why they're wrong. We're going to get into the review, but first of all, I want to just say, this is a pretty cool figure. There's one big problem with it, but all in all, it might be the best Vegeta we have, technically speaking. So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 6.5 inches to the top of his hair, about probably 5.25 to the top of his head, kind of ish, if you can tell where it is in there, which makes him about 16 centimeters to the top of the head and about 13 centimeters, or 16 to the hair, 13 to the head. So this guy, I think the arms are reused, at least the shoulders. The rest of him's all new, and that's pretty cool. I like that, and it's mostly done really well. Before we get into that, though, let's just talk about the accessories. We have a total of 4 different heads. We have the standard normal head. Then we have a head looking off to the side with a bit of a smirk, a yelling head, and then a teeth-bearing head. Then we also have some interchangeable hands. We have the 2 fist hands that come on him in the package, which obviously we expected. We always get those. Then we have 2 kind of style pose hands, martial arts hands, 2 claw-like hands, and then 2 fully opened palm hands. So you shouldn't have any trouble with the variety in your posing. No problems there. I'm pretty happy about that. No blast effect, unfortunately. No non-blue hair head, unfortunately, but I'm not too concerned about that because Super Saiyan is the way to go anyway. And did I already say no blast effect? I don't know if I did, but we don't have one of those, so whatever. Alright, so let's talk about the figure. People are saying the hair is too shiny, I don't like the metallic hair, it doesn't look good. And to them I say, look at the alternative. Look at the Goku. It doesn't look good at all. It looks like a pencil topper. It looks like an eraser on his head. It looks very bad. That kind of weird molded blue with the black shading just looks really bad. This one looks way better, way more cartoony, which is important because they are from a cartoon. And I want to show you something. When they first showed these figures, they showed Vegeta with that hair, and they showed Goku with similar hair, slightly lighter. Look at that Goku, and look at this Goku. The one with the painted hair looks far more accurate, far better. The one with the molded hair does not. So, stop saying this Vegeta's hair doesn't look good, it needs to look like Goku's. No, it doesn't. In fact, all of the photos of Goku on the back of Goku's packaging have the painted hair, and it looks way better. So that's definitely a better option, which means the Vegeta's hair is the option we should be happy to have, and I am. Is it maybe too dark? Maybe the shading should be a little brighter? Maybe. But it still looks way better than that molded plastic. Now let's talk about the well, first let's talk about the paint. Almost none. You see the olivey yellow paint on the armor and on the boots. It's all fine. It's not particularly impressive because it's pretty basic, but there's really no issue with like bleeding or anything like that, so I'm alright with it, and it is slightly metallic. And then the logo on the chest that Weiss put there, it looks good too, nice and clean and crisp. The faces, pretty clean and crisp. I think the little widow's peak part on the tops of the head, like that's this piece right here, it's a little blurry in some spots, but it's not a big deal. And I think his faces look pretty good in general, especially I like this one. Let me see if I can grab it. I like that one a lot. Alright, so now let's talk about articulation. The head is still on that ball hinge, which they need to get rid of. Stop using that. It's so much easier to pose them with a double ball peg. This can work, but it's a lot harder to make it work effectively. So there's that. The neck is on a ball peg, and it actually moves around pretty well. That's uncommon, so that's a good thing. Shoulders are on a ball peg connected to the torso with that little floating cap in there to hide the joint. We have our ball hinge. Everything moves around completely, no problem at all. I like that. We have our bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, good range of motion, no problems at all. We have our ball hinge for the wrist, which means we're going to have no problem moving the hands at all. And now we have a problem. The torso on this guy is really, really bad. The only articulation is at the waist, where the armor is split from the pants. And it has a tiny bit of range, forward and back, and then you can rotate it. That's about it. A little bit side to side, but here's the thing. They made it so that it can pop up. Why? You can't do anything with that. He leans really well when you do that, but you obviously can't, because there's a giant gap in his torso. So they definitely screwed something up. I don't know, maybe a miscommunication or something, but that double ball peg that allows all that range should function with the torso down. But it really doesn't. It's really minimal, so that's a major problem. And that's the one big thing with this guy. The rest of it's all pretty good. For the hips, we have the hinged ball pegs, and they're nice and stiff, so they're not going to be super floppy like some of the other Vegetas. They go down pretty far, and you can bring the legs pretty high up. It does put them off at a bit of an angle, but I think you can probably work around that for the most part. You can see there, no problem really. So that's all right. They don't go out to the side as far as I would like. It's not bad though, at all. Actually, his are better than I remember when I first looked at it, so it's not really too much of a problem. And you do get a thigh swivel in there, so that's good. The knees, we still have a little bit of those gaps showing, but the knees work really well, good range, and they're pretty good looking, so that's a good thing. For the ankles, we're back to the old single ball peg, so again, it's pretty limited. Again, it's not good, and by again I mean based on all of the other Dragon Ball figures other than the new Trunks. This is pretty much how they all are, so it definitely could be better. Toe hinge is not bad, I'll take it, but it could be better. So he's not a perfect figure by any means, but he's a pretty solid figure, and I do like him, and I think he looks pretty good, and he's pretty fun to pose, so I recommend him. There's really not that much shading going on, but there is some on the gray, so that's alright. No blue shading on the white, I forgot to mention that. But otherwise, I like him. He looks really good, he's fun to pose, and he's Vegeta, so that's awesome. Alright guys, I guess I'm done with that review. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have a new video every morning. I've reviewed all of the Dragon Ball Figuarts figures, so check those out. Check out the playlists I have. We talk about video games, movies, all kinds of stuff here, so make sure you subscribe, and in the meantime, keep collecting.